Tubers, family and friends. I just wanted to tell you guys about this immigration clearance certificate or ECC. You need that if you are a foreigner in the Philippines over 6 months of a period of time. You have to go to the Bureau of Immigration office, in one of their field offices or one of their main offices. And it just so happens my uh, field office from my house in northwestern Mindanao is 2.5 hours away. So we drove here early this morning, woke up early and drove here. It took about, I don't know, maybe between 30 minutes and an hour to complete the everything. And I had many requirements I had to come up with. You had to have your ACR card, copies of your ACR card, copies of your photo page in your passport. What else? There's several requirements. And anyways, if you go on Chat GPT or any of the AIs on your computer, just punch it in, what are the requirements needed for your exit clearance in the Philippines, and all the requirements will it'll bring it right up. Or you can go to the Philippines immigration page online and get it from there too. So the only thing that I had to do that I didn't have is photos. You need 4 2x2 photos with a white background, and as I just showed you on mine. So we just stopped, we had a breakfast at Jollibee, and there's a photo shop right next door. And I mean, people do it all the time. So there's, even in the immigration office here, there's a photo place there, so you can get all your photos if you need them taken right there. So it's real easy. But it's just, the bureaucracy in the Philippines is just so massive. You have to have, your mother's maiden name and her birth certificate in triplicate. And I mean, that's an exaggeration, but you got to have all this requirements that pay tons of paperwork, and it's just, the immigration is not a smooth process in the Philippines. And if you're on a tourist visa, it's good for 30 days once entering the country, and then you got to go to immigration office to get extensions. I think you can get up to a 3-month extension, but you can only get a 3-month extension, I think, twice, and then you have to leave the country or something like that. I don't know. I've never had to do that because I've always been on a Bilik Bayan visa, which is if you enter the country of the Philippines with your Filipina citizen wife, then you get 1 year stamped on your passport, and you're good for 1 year. Well, what happened to me, right, on an overstay because of COVID and all this other stuff, that I was just, if you watch my last video on overstay, you can see what it took and how much money it took for me to get out of that overstay situation and then get back in a good standing so I could leave the country. And then the last step that I had to do before I can leave the country is 30 days before you leave the country. If you've been there for over 6 months, which I have, then you have to get this ECC or exit clearance. And it was 1,000 pesos was the amount that I paid for the exit clearance, which is 20 US dollars. So that's all I need. And only thing now I need is my boarding pass at the airport, and then I'll be flying to the US. So I haven't been back there in 6 years, so time to visit my mom. She's she's having a real hard time with her health. I think she's near the end of her life, so appreciate the prayers for her and my journey here in a couple weeks. And it's the first time I'll ever be away from my son, Leo, so that'll be tough for me too for a while. So anyways, just giving you guys a heads up about this exit clearance, and that's what it looks like. And there's the 2x2 photos that you need, and here's the price of it was, there you go, 1,000 pesos. So that's all I can say for you on this video. Love you guys very much, and now I got a 2.5-hour drive back to my house. So until the next video, love you guys, take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.